Hi there, Nick Troiano here. Yesterday, our campaign received some extraordinary news. According to recent filings with the Federal Election Commission, from the months of July to September, our campaign raised more funds from individual donors than both of my opponents. And among small donors under $200, we raised more money than almost both of my opponents combined. This is pretty incredible and demonstrates the power of the grassroots support that we've built around the district and even across the country. But there's another part of these filings that's pretty troubling, and that is, while our campaign is being fueled by people, my opponent, Congressman Tom Marino's campaign, is being bankrolled by special interest PACs from outside of our district. In fact, in the last quarter, groups like Koch Industries, Chesapeake Energy, and the American Bankers Association, and others have contributed over $91,000 to Congressman Marino, representing nearly 2/3 of his total campaign fundraising in that period. That brings his total PAC contribution since being elected to close to $1 million. In July, we released a report entitled Pac-Man Marino that revealed of the total contributions in PAC funding made to the congressman, over half, or 56%, can be traced back to corporations or other groups that would directly benefit from the legislation he's sponsored, or be directly impacted by the committees on which the congressman sits. I'll give you two examples. First, on a piece of legislation. Now, the NCPA, which is a powerful pharmaceutical association, lobbied on two bills, healthcare bills, that the congressman authored. Beginning 5 weeks after the introduction of the first bill, the association and 10 of its member corporations contributed $47,500 to the congressman's campaign. Second, as an example of contributions related to the congressman's committee assignments, Mr. Marino sits on the subcommittee for intellectual property, courts, and security technology. There are 135 organizations that lobby, according to disclosures, on intellectual property issues. 34 of them have made contributions to the congressman's campaign. That includes Comcast, which is his largest funder, at over $20,000. Would it surprise you that Comcast was a key proponent of the ill-conceived SOPA legislation that the congressman co-sponsored? The fact is, our campaign finance system is broken. It facilitates a kind of legalized corruption and bribery that, at the very best, undermines public trust and confidence in our governing institutions, and at the very worst, bends public policy to favor deep-pocketed interests at the expense of we the people. That is why I not only have refused all special interest contributions to my campaign, but also have endorsed legislation including the American AntiCorruption Act, which I would co-sponsor and help pass if elected in November. The act would, among other things, prohibit politicians from accepting contributions from industries they're supposed to be regulating. It would reduce the amount that lobbyists could contribute to candidates to $500. It would require any organization that spends more than $10,000 to oppose or support a candidate to disclose their donors. And it would further close the revolving door in Washington for legislators who go on to become lobbyists. The act would also empower small donors by making available, on a deficit-neutral basis, a biannual $100 tax rebate for any voter to use to contribute to the candidate of their choice if that candidate limits themselves to accepting contributions from small donors and those with the tax rebates. This would allow candidates like myself to run even more competitive elections with even greater support from small donors. If we want to fix any of the major problems facing our country, we first have to fix a dysfunctional political system, starting with reforming the way our campaigns are funded. It's clear that Congressman Marino is entrenched in this system. I'm running to be part of this solution. As always, I thank you for joining this week. I welcome your questions and thoughts in the comments section below and hope to see you again next week.